Welcome to another episode of You Talk Cannabis Club. It's your boy Wes
and JJ. We're just here for another kickback.
Another kickback. We got some good flavors, good catching up to do as well.
Might
Lots
have
to
some
talk
other
about.
guys come through later. Who knows? We'll see. If not, we're gonna have a great time. You brought some rosin over. Thank you for that. Actually, now that you say that, let me go pull some Duckman out.
Dang, that Duckman hash.
I got a few dabs left.
Itself. Oh snap! Always a great time pulling through to JJ's pad. Big shout out for letting us use the crib for the sesh, as well as talking to you guys because we got some great stuff. And I will say I have to give props to the man. Not only is he hosting, but this is a newly cleaned bong.
Yeah, no.
So hopefully you're watching. Hopefully you can see it. All right?
With your eyes.
This is so clean.
Super clean.
And you know what they say? Clean your glass. Clean
yeah,
your ass.
Good show.
And that's a great life right there, you know? That hygiene 101.
For sure, dude.
But
clean your glass, clean your ass.
yes. But what'd you say this was? What flower did you load up? It was Jamba?
This is the Jamba Juice by
Jamba
Betty
Juice.
from Dragonfly. Super good stuff. A little lower on the THC, still up there, 20%. But what really caught my eye and what really catches the taste buds is that terpenoline at 1.1%. Shit's pretty crazy, bro. I mean, open that up. There's a couple buds in there you can smell.
On the stronger side, to say the least, especially for the terps. The terps be talking.
Yeah. Like, I've been smoking on this 7 gram for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't have any more weed besides this, and it's so strong in flavor, I'm like, I need something else. Like, I hit it this morning, and I was like, damn! It's very lemony, but it's got only 0.134 limonene. That terpenoline is like, comes out kind of chemically, like pine sol, lemon cleaner type of vibe.
No, it definitely does give you the lemon and some citrus. Very true to like Jamba Juice. Very like smoothie kind of like with the fruit terps in there.
That flavor.
So shout out for letting me try it. We're gonna grip and rip this thing. Dang, look at this new. Is this new?
No, it's not new. It's just clean.
It's just clean. It's just clean.
Yeah, you
I'd
can
be jealous
see,
of all the homies with the hooks out there.
Right there, Sovereignty, just like the bong does right here.
Oh snap!
It's a Sovereignty bowl. It's got his signature mark there.
Yo, I'm glad that you said Sovereignty because I was having the hardest time
to read it. Yeah.
Just because it's
the
mirrored.
mirror. Yeah.
I promise I can read cursive. You know, that's a skill I do have. But when it's mirrored
and kind of
it's
vertical.
a little harder. It's a little harder to say the least. But I'll come over by the camera.
Dang, by the cam for the close up.
Where's the good close up shot? Oh, like right there.
Perfect. Rip and rip. Cheers, guys. UCC, what it is. Sheesh. Goodbye. Smoke screen.
Woo!
Woo! That was a good one, dude.
Dang.
That was a good one. Pretty strong in the flavor, right?
Very strong. Especially for some flour.
Yeah. You're just like immediately like covered with that terpenoline.
Yes. That is tasty.
Super tasty.
And honestly, I haven't really been having any terpenoline dominant flour recently.
Yeah, it's what
at least in my rotation.
Yeah.
Just one of those, that's just how it's coming down, and so
it seems pretty rare, and a lot of people seem to be looking for it these days. They're just like, ooh, that terpenoline. And I'm like, I didn't really see that, a couple of years ago very often. But now it's kind of like a dominant terp.
Yeah. What are some other strains for the people that are dominant in terpenoline? Would you know that?
Shit.
Did you know some?
Shit.
I know Jack Herrera's Jack Herrera
is known
definitely like one of the most prominent or like well known for terpenoline. Is Trainwreck?
You know, I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. If I was to say yes or no, I'd be lying.
Dang. Coming in with 2 hard questions for us to answer. But Jamba Juice and Jack Herrera. There you go. There's your answer. there's your
I mean, we could look it up.
I'm freaking dead.
Look up some terpene strains for the people. So they don't got to do it themselves. They just listening in. There it goes. All right. Now I'm going to go in on a hit. Looks like you dirtied the bong in one hit. Boom, there we go.
No! I did.
Cheers, y'all. I'm going to get right here.
Oh, yeah, there you go. The big cheers to the grip and rip.
Woo!
How does that taste for you, huh?
Very sour.
Very sour.
Very sour and earthy a little bit. Kind of tastes like sour Skittles. Kind of reminds me of like a sour Skittles taste. With the lemon kind or the lime one. Like the orange or the one of the citrus ones. Like fucking ugh.
Yes.
Very strong.
Okay, so we got those strains.
Woo-hoo.
The ones that we haven't said, some Super Lemon Haze.
Super Lemon
Ghost
Haze.
Train Haze, Durban Poison, Golden Pineapple, Trainwreck is on there, so that is confirmed. Sour Tangy.
Sour Tangy. Seems like a lot of citrusy buds, huh?
So, yeah, I think that's the kind of common conclusion. That's citrus.
There we go.
But
more sativa dominant strains.
yes.
Seems like.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's also interesting because on like the growing side, like I don't know necessarily if we would have any like true sativas in that sense, or like that whole experience.
Yeah.
With like the grow side where most of the market here in Utah at least is like to certain week cycles or day is how's it broken is how it's like broken down for the grows.
Mm-hmm.
But and actually because I'd be jealous of seeing like all like the very true like land race sativas because I've never tried, you know what I'm saying, like
To grow it.
Yeah, like what's what's it? The pearls. Have you ever seen like pearls at all? Like pictures of them? It's like the
yeah,
string.
they grow weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
And it
seen
kind of is
pearls.
like it just looks like a calyxy kind of like.
I would love
like,
to try that.
Like the brocked part of the flower when like you look at nuts.
But that's a complete different genome, right? Like it's not sativa or indica, right?
Yeah. I would say like that's where like it's definitely.
I don't know if genome's the right word. Maybe.
One of the. Yeah, I don't know if it is either, but it is. You're not wrong. It kind of is like league of its own because that's where it's like I want to say it's like a 16+ week flower and like very very low yield.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's
you
very
don't really
different.
Get much. Yeah.
Very low yield. But I've heard like the taste is crazy.
Who's the homie that we met at Emerald Cup? The G Smoke, Smokers Break. I'd be forgetting, but they be posting about it.
GW Smoke Break TV.
Yeah.
Green Walrus.
Yeah.
Daniel from Green Walrus.
Go. Connecting the dots. Big shout out. I know he'd be posting some pictures, and so if you find his page, you could probably see something. But it's just very interesting, and that's where like I don't know if I've ever had that side of cannabis, and so that's something I'd be very interested in. But this Jamba Juice is smacking. Very good switch up for me. Like I said, I haven't had terpenoline or that kind of terpenes in my rotation, so
yeah,
I like that switch up. And still got some like citrus flavor. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the mouth coating.
How does the effects treating you? I don't know if you were already stoned, but
What? Yeah.
Already
but not like fresh.
or what we like to
lit.
call pre-baked. Pre-baked before the break.
Slightly
you know how
pre-baked.
when you're setting your oven to pre-bake, we like to do that on UCC every once in a while. We set it to 420 pre-bake.
420. Yo, speaking of 420, what did you do for 420?
I smoked up, dude. I just basically smoked most of my hash rosin, this Jamba Juice, and then I went over to Antone's and met his son. Shout out to Antone.
Big shout out to Antone for him and his fam.
Yeah, him and his fam, dude.
For the baby,
Asher,
boy.
dude.
Asher.
Yeah, I accidentally called him Ashton. And he's like, wrong kid. And I'm like, you got two Ash kids. They're UCC babies, man. Two Ashes.
He said, I got slapped.
I was like, what I told him, I said, that won't be the last time. I said, I'm sorry, but that won't be the last time. Yeah. Like, you guys are my brothers, and both your kids' names are
very close. Yeah. And very awesome.
Yeah. They're both Ash. It's like Pokemon. So.
You're gonna be catching them all for sure.
Yeah, dude. You got Ashton and Asher. They're gonna be best buds, dude. They're gonna be like, your name's so close to mine.
Best buds. Best.
Your name's so. Our dads are best friends. Look at him on camera smoking weed. But yeah, dude. Shout out to Asher, dude. Diablo baby.
Huge shout out. I freaking miss Antone. Anytime that I come through, dude, we just miss each other.
Yeah, dude. It's been like the
dude. We literally just miss every single time. And I even I've texted him a couple times individually and I freaking love you.
I've been spending meet up with you, dude. More time with him than anybody else on the podcast. And as the people can see, me and him have been doing the podcast.
Yeah. No, you guys have been crushing it, putting out the content.
And even though
getting some
even though we just be talking shit like we are now, it's fun. We're just putting it out there, and topics come up and pass by, and that's what UCC is all about. You're here to learn, you're here to chill, you're here to do it all with us.
Yeah, here to do it all. Little on the consumption side today for sure.
Oh yeah.
How to rip a bong. How to
flour. Do concentrate.
How to have some concentrate. Some good old some of that rosin. Yeah. What's next? Do you want to try some of this CapJunky flour?
Let's do it, dude. Let's grind it up.
Pick yourself the winning nug, dude.
The winning nug?
I was like, pick.
Pick
one that's gonna catch the eye. They might be stuck together.
Yeah, these are.
Yeah.
Boom.
Look at that.
Yeah, you can make this totally like a neighborhood tree and a tiny little Mr. Rogers neighborhood.
Oh, I'm dead.
Right?
Mr. Rogers neighborhood.
And then you can put hold on, right here. The tire swing on this side.
Just chilling.
Look, there's the trunk, there's the tire swing. That's a perfect little fucking neighborhood tree nug, dude. Wow.
Facts.
This is some dense bud. So it looks, it doesn't look as dense as it is until I went to go bust it open, and it's like, stay over there. Go. Butch. We got some
tragic.
Some butcher difficulties.
Special feature. Special guest. Mascot.
He's like, let's see.
Also security. Also.
Yeah. But this smells a lot better, like you said. That smell is really stuck in there.
Yeah.
What was this again? You want to tell the people?
It's some CapJunky. That's the strain. Comes from a collab of Capulator and CapJunky as far as the genetic side. And so,
I'm not familiar with Calculator. I'm sure I've heard of them before, but CapJunky I'm very familiar with.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So definitely big shout out them. All I know, like I couldn't really break down the lineage. I know it's like a alien cookie or like a Mac cross of some sort in there.
Well, Mac is
so
miracle alien cookies.
Which I feel like that's a strain I keep seeing pop up a lot is like crosses with alien cookies or like Mac.
Yeah.
Like Animal Tsunami's one or Fugu. Those are some of like the.
I've seen that Fugu.
I think some of like the very trendy flour at the moment, but you also never know. Is it worth it? Is it all the hype?
Is it more money because it's trendy?
More money just because it's trendy?
Is it? Is it more money?
Is it just packaging? Is that what
I'm asking you for real. Is it more money?
Yeah, I would say. I'd probably say so if you're.
And yeah, is that because just of the trend? And people, as soon as they see that, they're like, we gotta grow that because we can charge more for it. Like, that's pretty much how a lot of strains come out and get popular, right? Like Super Boof right now is like popping.
I think to what you're saying, people just trust where they're getting they just trust their source, I think. And like the price points that they set, I think is where you're at. Because even like market, like whether you're shopping recreational, medical, traditional, I think that where you kind of talk to your source, it like really matters with like price.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're getting the $100 ounce, like what quality is that versus $150, a $200?
The thing is,
do they know any of like the trending stuff? Is that stuff like posted, available? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that
the best thing you want to do, if you're available, is to see it and smell it before you give the money.
There you go.
Like in the legal market, we can't really do that.
No. Unfortunately.
But, like, you know, I recommend if you can see it and smell it, that should be your deciding factor. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that definitely can tell
but
you a lot as like as an individual.
Yeah.
For like what you're going to like, and getting past just like strain names and other stuff, like THC percentages and strain names, I think are the two like trendy versus like what maybe is the best for you.
Yeah, and see, when I was younger, before the legal market, you know, this might be made up, who knows, but
for sure. For sure made up.
I would always buy, you know, the highest price right there, you know? Like, I'd be like, whatever's the best, give me that. Because I had the money for it. And I feel like there's definitely people that take advantage of that.
Yes.
Because they know, you know, like, oh, the rich kid's gonna fucking, in my case, it was like, the rich white kid's gonna fucking...
The rich white kid.
And I wasn't rich, but I would just spend I prioritized my money to weed.
Dang, you heard it here. That's the life.
Yeah. When I was 18, you know, or whatever, and I had, 17, 18, and I had my Dodge Charger. People thought I was rich. I'm like, no, my grandma gave me that car. It was a 2008 Dodge Charger, and I was just like, give me the best weed you got, you know, and it usually, back then they would call it like kind buds. And it was like, I mean, some of the stuff was out of this world. Still like some of the best weed I've seen to this day. And then sometimes it was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm not buying from this guy again. Immediately it would just break my trust, you know what I mean? And then I move on to the next source.
There you go.
Okay, I mean, this is all, what's the word I'm looking for?
Hypothetical?
Yeah.
This is an example. This is...
That's starts with an S. And I don't know. Yeah, hypothetical, sure. All right. Big cheers.
Big cheers. Some of that CapJunky flour.
Let's see what happens, huh?
Let's see.
Cheers, y'all. Thanks for listening.
It's all about that good prep breath to take the big bong rip, to be able to get all the inhalation needed for the whole entire bowl to go into your lungs versus just a little bit. For optimal desired effects. Big rip.
Yeah, very big rip. It's still only half the bowl. Light. I like it. Smooth. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite things about good weed is the smoothness. You know it's grown well. If you take a big ass fucking bong rip, you blow it out, and you don't cough because that shit don't itch in your lungs. It ain't irritating. It's just like white ash. You know, it immediately turned white. It didn't turn like black and like blister. It's like I might have said it before on the podcast, and I apologize if you heard it before, but it's like a smoldering fire. You know, if you got like wet logs, they don't burn well, and it's just like really harsh smoke versus good dry logs, and it burns great, and there's just like no smoke almost. It's kind of like that with the cannabis when it's. I think it comes down really to the curing. It might have been like what it's grown with as well, like any. I don't know. I think any shit in the soil, but I think it really comes down to like when it comes down to the smoothness of cannabis is the curing process. But I don't know. I've never grown weed and cured it myself, so.
I think you nailed it. I think that's a really big part of it because what you grow and how you grow matters, but also that can go away so quick if you don't dry and cure the right way or long enough. Because then you have like, if you have some like well-grown, awesome stuff that's still like too wet, like it's gonna be harsh still with like flavor and like smoke on the lungs because it still has too much like moisture. And so that's where it's like it's also not gonna burn the best either. That's where it's like gonna be hard to like stay lit. Like, those are the bowls that go out.
That's what I was saying. It's like that smoldering fire, you know. It's just.
And so definitely curing is a huge
away
side.
From the smoke.
But I also don't know the biggest, because I don't have like the most growing experience or cultivation on that side where I don't know the biggest difference of like I understand usually dry and cure you're like around, I think dry you're like 10 days, it's 2 weeks, or like no more probably than 2 weeks, I'd say, if you're looking to like dry.
Okay. And
then cure, you can like cure anything from like that initial start to I'd say like a month and a half. I'd say 2 months would be like still some very fresh, and then anything after that would slowly.
I've definitely got some very wet buds before, and what I've done is I've had a mason jar, and it's the lids with.
Oh, here's the trick.
The center that comes out, and you take it off, and I got like a paper towel, and I folded it a couple times. I mean, depending on how many layers you want, pushes like lets more air in there.
Yeah.
But I would fold it like 4 times or whatever, and then screw that on the mason jar and let it cure a little bit in there, and the next day move the nugs around and maybe take a layer off or So
no, it really matters.
You might have to do some self-curing sometimes. Yeah. And it smokes way better. And that was just after years of smoking, and that was like 10 years ago.
Because you never know when you're going to come across something like that, whether you're in the market or not, like where like you're getting your stuff, like your source.
Right.
Because you can come across something, even in like the medical market, that could be like very fresh, and could still use like the right cure. Like it still has like too much wetness. It's still
and even if it's like just a few hours, like overnight, can change a bud.
And also vice versa. Like you could also get something that's like fresh but also dry.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like mishandled at some point, and so like
get an orange peel,
orange peel, tortilla, like are I'd say the two most common like household if you don't have. If you do have Bovitas, I'd say like that's the only other thing, but
you know how some people feel about Bovitas being like
exactly.
Turk stealers.
So I just
that's the thing.
The
when
orange
they're
peel
dry, it shouldn't be
Just
Turk stealing because it should be pushing out and not sucking in, because it's a regulator.
Yeah.
So what those Bovita packs do, they don't only just suck like it would an orange peel or a tortilla, but push out, and like suck all from the orange peel and the tortilla, but it also do the opposite. So it has like a percentage on it. They have different percentages.
Yeah.
And they'll try and regulate at that percentage based on those little beads or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it can...
For me, I think it's just like long term. Like when we're saying like putting a tortilla or an orange peel, like that's something like I'm talking about hours.
Yeah.
2 hours, 3 hours. And like your bud's like already pretty hydrated, not gonna lie. Where it's like, if you were to like wait I would say if you were to put that like an orange peel or tortilla and wait 4 hours and pull out your bud and try to grind it, it would be like a lot. You'd notice a big difference. Like it'd be a lot harder to grind.
Yes.
And it wouldn't give you that like that crunchy, dry bud grind either.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so like sometimes
the tip and trick of the day.
Sometimes I would prefer that. I had like a little wooden dish with a lid, and I would take out some nugs from the mason jar and put them in the wooden dish, and then like just smoke throughout the day. And later in the day, I could just grab a nug and just like squeeze it over my bowl and just like smoke that. But yeah, like because I would get different, different moistures throughout the day.
No, very true. What's some more tips and tricks? What'd you use to clean your pieces? Your magnificent pieces that you're letting us.
So if you want to clean your pieces, your glass pieces, and they're just resined up, all you need is hot water, which you should have if you're paying your bills.
Okay. That's something that should be common. Yeah.
Isopropyl alcohol. You want to... people are always like, give me the 90%, give me the 90%. 70%'s fine because, it's okay. It does the job. As long as you have kosher salt. So it's that chunky stuff. And so like, if it's really dirty, I'll rinse it out with hot water first, and I don't put it down.
Get the glass hot.
I don't put it down like the sink drain, or I put it down the fucking toilet, because that's like the easiest thing that it won't clog or fuck up the pipes, you know what I mean, or whatever. So I pour that shit down the toilet, and then I pour some isopropyl alcohol in there once I get like most of the easy shit that comes off, with the hot water.
Yeah.
Put in some isopropyl alcohol, pour in like, I don't know, depending on the size of your bong. This bong here, if you're watching the video, you can see I put like 3 tablespoons maybe. And then I have these rubber caps that go over at the top and the stem there, but you can just hold that with your hand. And if it's
give it a good rattle, give it a shake.
Hold on real tight and shake.
Better be holding on tight.
Well, because I've told you guys that story before, right? About my first ever designer piece that I bought. It was bent glass. It cost me like, dude, I don't even know at the time, dude. It was like probably $400 or something, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy. My first heady piece, and it had like 3 perks in it. It was huge, dude. And My girlfriend's like, let's clean it. Like, it's time to clean it. Yeah, I had like shower head, and then like, yeah, dude, it was nuts. And so I'm cleaning it over the toilet, drop it, slip right out of my wet hands, and it just fell right into the toilet, and all the percolators on the inside.
Shattered.
Done.
Dumpster.
And I've never
Dumpster
said
immediately.
fuck in conjunction so many times in my life.
Dude, that's tragic.
I said it probably like 200 times. Like, fuck.
No.
Beep, 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 beep.
I will say, to that point,
Hold on tight.
I've never spent quite that much on a piece, and in part because I'm not a homeowner, unfortunately, so I don't have like a spot I can like securely, I feel like, put a bunch of expensive pieces like that.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like that, and I've broken a lot, and that's why I should have started with that. I'm someone that has, like JJ, I have cleaned a lot of pieces, and a lot of pieces have also been fumbled.
That was the only piece I've ever broken. All my other pieces were my mom, and girlfriends, and the wind once. So the bong was in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, and someone opened like the front. The window was open, and it was like in the windowsill. Someone opened like the back door. It carried the drapes and pushed the drapes into the bong and pushed it into the rocks because we were in the basement.
Dude.
So there's a rock right there, the gravel. Just
not the combo.
I was like, what was that noise? And Mac, my Uncle Mac was like, you know what that noise was. Like,
heart drops.
Yeah.
Feel it in your gut. You already know what happened.
Yeah, I was like, no.
No, for sure. I had, honestly, the piece I'm most sad about breaking is, my sister got me, for Christmas, it was this, like, dark green, marbly kind of looking double bubbler.
Okay.
And so, like, end piece, like,
boom, boom.
Yeah, end piece, like, it had its bowl built in with, like, a carb on the side.
I know exactly
like a traditional
what it is.
pipe.
Yeah, I see it.
Like, down stem, like, a little, like, percolator, or, like, little slits, in a sense,
you
like,
see
shower head. If you held it up to the light,
yeah,
like,
that's
very dark.
Dude, that's exactly what was in my mind. I was like, you can't see through this motherfucker. Yeah.
No, it's pretty dark. Like, you can hold it up to the light and, like, kind of see through it, but overall, like, the green and kind of blue is, like, very, like, dark, on the heavy side, like, forest green, almost, like, kind of black at some spots, and so you can't.
If I knew glass, I could tell you what color the glass was. Like,
but that one was sick, and it had a fire, like, mouthpiece. It was, like, squished. So the best way I could put it was, like, almost like a 50-cent coin, like, two of them, like,
yeah, I know exactly.
Together, like a small, and then like a
this,
small,
kind of
like a little sipper.
Thinner.
Yeah, it was a good, and so that one was just, like, it was just an awesome piece.
A little ripper.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, a little ripper.
It was great, and like that was one that I would personally, I that was when I took, like, traveling, like, go hiking and stuff. Like, that was the kind of like the piece or the whatever to take.
How often did you clean it?
Oh, probably like I'd say every 2 weeks. Like, I clean my pieces probably like at least every 2 weeks.
My homie had a piece just like that.
And it's a big clean session. Because like JJ, I have different forms of consumption. I have like 4 or 5 different bongs I use. And so I would say within the 2 weeks, they all get gross from use. That I'm like, okay, like we got to sit down and like clean it off. So.
Clean your glass, clean your ass.
Like, today, got some rosin and some flour, and so I made sure to clean all my pieces today as well. I did not use 70% though. I used the 91
I
because the
also
store had
have
it.
the 91.
Because the store had it.
I also have the 91, but yeah.
But I need to get the caps like you said, because there's some that I should honestly let soak. I should just like throw the caps on and let them.
So
like
with
one of them I should let sit overnight because it has these same little inlets.
Yeah. The ice pinch?
Yeah. They have the same one, and like I don't know, it's like an inch, like half an inch above, half an inch below, in a sense.
Right.
It's just like still pretty gross.
Yeah.
Like clean it, you look at it, and you're like, that's not all the way
Stained,
clean.
yeah.
And so
what I got was like a brush that fit the diameter of my bone, and it was like spongy almost. So like maybe it was a little too big, but it still fit just fine, and it wiped it through.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't know what I did with that brush.
We should make a glass strip. I need a piece. We should go hit up a shop. See what's up.
You can go.
Well, if you could get a piece or like some attachments or what would you go for right now? Like, what do you need? Is there like a certain style or certain thing on your mind?
Yeah, I would go for try and see if I can find like a rig. Like a rig? Yeah, nothing too crazy, not like something heady. You know, nothing thousands of dollars, but like
no.
You know, maybe a couple hundred. Throw it down, you know.
Throw it down. No, I feel that because I've been seeing like I would love one that has like the vortex.
Because obviously this is
just
not
because like the appeal. Thing. I don't know what it is. The appeal, I like it. Like that's what I had. That had like the swirl.
I had a Fabergé egg like fucking vortex. It was pretty heady.
Yeah, bro.
Rest in peace.
That's what I'm saying. We should probably hit up a smoke shop. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's the goal like next month. You know.
Yeah, we can record it.
We go there.
The people can come with us.
What's the place you go to here? What's the one that you were recommending?
I usually don't shop glass here. I usually do it online.
Online. You recommend online?
Because like this, I got from the man himself, Sovereignty. But
very valid. I also asked because I honestly don't think I've gotten a piece here. I think everything I've gotten is online, in part because I just haven't gone.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily I feel like when I go get I go to a smoke shop to get papers every now and then. Like I'll peek at the glass and I feel like everything's pretty pricey compared to online.
Exactly.
But I also I don't know behind the scenes with glass that much. Like I don't know a bunch of different
So there's a lot of
this
stuff.
Is made in America. This is like
mm-hmm.
China glass. This is like the
I would like to go
Borough
in there.
Syndicate.
Yeah, Borough Syndicate is awesome. They got like a lot of really cool stuff. The thing is, it is very marked up. They have to mark things up. Yeah. Just like Looking Glass Gallery. Yeah. I'm sure I've never been in there, but they did have a booth.
It's artwork, bro.
And I checked it out. They got some great stuff. Some stuff, artists that I recognize. But I mean, if I was gonna go buy something, I wouldn't tell them that I, know glass blowers. But yeah, it's very valid. It's very marked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they have stuff that they blow themselves in the back in Borough Syndicate, and that's very value friendly.
For sure.
All the shit that was blown yesterday, and it's like a pipe. You're like, that's cool, and it's like freaking back then it was like $5, $10, $15. You can get like a sick glass pipe that they just blew at Borough Syndicate. That was when I was in high school. Like that was the place. Borough Syndicate, and I was like, what?
Dang, that's
Borough
so cool.
Syndicate?
Yeah, maybe we'll go check check that place.
Yeah.
We do a little video, shoot a little something. Because I've seen seen all the videos on especially X with people taking huge dabs. It would be sick to have. I want the
tower.
The tower With yes, and the little sword slit, like whatever it's called.
Oh, the terp slide.
Yeah, the terp slide.
Dude, that shit's expensive.
He said we weren't going.
I don't know.
We were going
Austin,
in cheap.
I'm gonna tell the people. Austin spent like $600 for his, dude.
That's crazy.
Cause it's all made out of quartz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not glass.
That's crazy.
So it's just like this big chunk of quartz, like freaking terp slide, everything.
I think it's so sick though.
Yeah, I was like, I want one, and he was like, they're this much, and I was like, never mind. But that was Toro.
Expensive.
That's from Toro glass. So Toro's like, no, Toro's
That's crazy because they're like one of
like a brand, yeah, like
very very high quality, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's that price. You can probably get one for like 120 maybe.
Yeah, and like you said, like you can get like a bunch of different versions. Like we're saying, like most fancy, crazy version.
Yeah.
That looks super cool. Where
this was like,
because to paint the picture, like what we're saying, it's a little terp slide. So you have a banger, or in a sense where you would put the concentrate, and you have a dish at the bottom that looks like a plate.
right.
And the terp slide is so like you would get your,
and
you would get like your tool. You'd scoop up your rosin or your concentrate, and you'd put it into like this little funnel looking slit, and so you would just put it in there. You can like let go of your tool, and that's heated up where your hash and whatever your concentrate is will just melt to the dish, and you can just grip and rip. And so it's just sick. There's the play-by-play. That's the process, but very fire. Super cool videos. Big fan.
Yeah, no.
But you can also get what you're saying, like just the dish or.
Immediately, I was like, "That's what I want," and the homie was like, "You probably don't, dude. Just get a pill. You know, get the one with the tower. That's what it's called. So it's like this. It's a whole tube, except if it's like a regular banger I'm showing if you're not watching the video, but it's like a tube that's a little smaller in diameter, but the bottom is attached to a dish, and then there's little slits in the bottom here so that it goes through the tube, and then you attach your carb cap still to the top, but it's a smaller hole, right? And then they have pillars in there, kind of like if you would put pearls in here. They have pillars that are like quartz long, and they spin, and it gets it all around the sides, so it's like even heating. Yeah. And you're heating up your dad, so it's not just sitting in the dish, and you're heating the actual pillar.
And the huge benefit to that is like when you start running like lower temp dabs, you're getting way more. You're benefiting from using more surface area where you can take bigger rips at lower temps. You don't have to like just increase temp for a huge hit.
And it's more control because you're not really heating up the dish. You're heating up the pillar. Yeah. And so as it goes down, it's not going to get hot as a banger would. It's just sitting and melting. It's getting hot when you're sucking.
Valid. Would you, or have you ever used like the self-heating things, like where you can like you just like can put your banger or whatever over? Oh no, like you put like your banger over or into like whatever device. So those like devices will self-heat it to like the 525.
No, those don't. Those don't heat it. Those don't heat it. Those are just reading the temperature.
Those are just reading the temperature.
Those are just like getting real close, and they have those arms and stuff just to get right under and read the temperature accurate. Oh. Yeah. I thought that they were like
heating. No. Yeah, I thought it was like you could set a temperature.
But if you have an E-nail, it's like a coil that like wraps around this, and then you plug it into like, I don't know, a device. So. And it just keeps this heating up constantly at that like desired temperature.
Valid. Facts. Is a bathroom break. Beep, beep. It's a bathroom break. Yeah, but I could have sworn like you literally you put it over and it would heat it up to like whatever you put in. I'm gonna try to find it.
That'd be sick.
Because I thought it was something more like that.
I haven't seen that.
Something like
that.
something like that.
Yeah,
It says
inductor.
old head.
That's like an inductor.
Yeah. Yeah, so the dab ready, you put like your quartz over it. It'll reach temperature within 3 minutes. Like you set.
I'd rather just get an email, honestly.
Yeah. I was like, I think that. Well, I'd just say like device in general.
But that's
I've been people
awesome.
seeing post a lot about the.
That's still better than just having
What's the?
to heat it up with gas all the time.
Yeah.
It saves you money for
No,
sure.
very, very,
It's an
very
investment.
true. But I've been interested in getting like the Carta Sport. I've been
You
seeing
see
a lot of
preaches
people.
with that?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people
Shout out
post about it,
Preaches.
and like I've been really wanting to get a device, and they said that they're gonna be dropping it pretty soon. So like, and they're phasing out. Like they did huge sales
Before
to
you
get rid of
try
like
it,
Carta
let's just
2.
smoke preaches. Let's have him get.
Should we hit him up?
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
do
have
it.
him
Let's do it. Yo,
freaking,
preaches. Yo, preaches. Clip this. Preaches.
preaches.
We got some rosin.
We wanna
We need to try the Sport. I want to see if I'm convinced to get that as my device.
Dude, he says,
You know,
fuck Puff
I'll
Girl.
slide through.
Yeah.
So. It's a
No, I'm just
Yo,
saying.
Carter,
like,
here we come. I don't know. I just feel like that's. I saw it and like kind of what it entails and it's. I don't know. To me, it sounds dumb, but a dab counter is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of heady.
I think that's funny. No, I love
Low
Puff Girl
key,
devices,
but
I'm just joking around.
He's
but
not.
but like, I haven't tried a Focusrite.
I'm dead.
You know, I tried. Is that what they had at the Rosin Tech?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like
I
to
tried
that
their
point, like
covers.
maybe like once or twice, but like I feel like you have to have a device or be
For a
able to
minute,
use
for, like,
it
a week.
a lot to kind of see the ups and downs of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with you. You gotta like stick with it for a second.
Yeah, and the biggest thing I think about for me is wanting a big dab. That was why like I was looking to get a rig and stuff is because like on the dab side like I like bigger scoop. I'm the glob. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
glob squad, right?
The Glob Squad.
And so something like that can be rough in devices. You can like I just feel like you can like rip through devices for sure, and like
Yeah.
not get what you're paying for in a sense, the experience. And so like I was using a rig, but the Carta Sport has caught my eye.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to
So-
try it out.
Preaches
Let's
come through.
let's heat this banger up, dude.
Preaches come through.
What,
Yeah.
Do you want to try
Scoop some of the rose, dude.
some Roze?
Scoop some of that. As big as you want.
The Roze.
Way out of gram, dude. Way out of gram for the people.
No fucking way, dude. Are you kidding me? I don't think I've ever. I mean, I might have done
That's
a gram
crazy.
dab.
He
if
said
I-
that's crazy.
I've never like weighed out a gram and dabbed it. Like I've done some pretty big dabs. I've never like officially done a gram dab.
Would you want to now? Is the real question.
No, I think we need more of the boys.
No.
We gotta make it like an event, bro.
Yeah, no.
Maybe.
Because Loki, me and Holly earlier were talking about doing a lot of like cookouts or just kind of like park days, like just like eating up more. Like trying to just get like little sessions together.
I mean, I got all the time in the world. You know, I just be. Oh shit, I'm not supposed to. I just be fucking, you know, fucking eating right, working out, smoking good, fucking chilling by myself, and so
Preach
I got.
to the people, the lifestyle.
Yeah, like I just been doing the podcast shit, and I fucking need my boys. You know what I mean?
You definitely been holding it down with the podcast stuff, but I also know you've been doing stuff outside that.
Yeah, design.
You've been doing that design for who?
Shit.
For
I've been trying to.
Duckman, you did like the artwork.
I did some beats recently, bro. Getting
Snap
into,
the beats he came through on the
my true self, you know. Me and Sep made a beat. He laid down some bars, bro.
Oh snap!
Yeah, dude.
Dang, that's the behind the scenes footage I'm trying to get on. You know what I'm
Trying
saying?
to
That's
see
the stuff I want to see in here because that sounds fire.
It was awesome.
That sounds fire. The boys on a beat. Oh snap! Oh snap!
Aye, this is hot and spicy. Just enough time to us talk shit. Talk our shit. You said a fucking grand, dude? That's like this whole jar, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, scoop it.
You said
Scoop it, fit it, dude. Find a way. Find a way, brother. That is the way, brother.
What's the way, dude? How much?
Dude, like as much as you want. Like run it.
You think that's
Run
good?
it. Run it, dude. Run it.
Is that running
Run
it?
it for the people.
Is that running
Sure. Is it?
it?
Always make them go back for more now.
Okay. Alright. You want to show the people that fucking... Don't drop it, dude.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Butterfingers, he says.
Are we still recording?
It is for sure. We're at 57 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, I keep clicking to focus on the hash. Or maybe if I just stand in front of it. Dude, no luck. No luck whatsoever on this close-up shot. Oh, there we go. I'm dead. A little bit of a good shot there.
There you go, dude. Hold that for me.
So we gotta get. See, this is what we gotta get you. We gotta get you a couple pieces. Oh, there we go. You get it in there. There it is. There it is. Dang, that's a crazy smell.
I gotta spit. Holy shit. Wow.
Finished it. The champ. The champ, let it be known.
Sweet, spicy, and also nicey.
Sweet, spicy, also nice. The review.
Fantastic.
Fantastic, he says. And that's the Roze. I don't know. I can't remember the cross. I want to say it's like a grape ape, grapefruit cross. Something like that.
Whew. Yeah, I'm feeling it. straight up temple. Euphoric. Yeah, feels good. Feels good.
It feels good.
You ready for one, dude?
Dude, let's
ready
run it.
to try out
Yeah,
that
let's
Roze?
run it. Let's run it. I'm good running. For sure. For sure.
I'm definitely gonna have to keep this outside.
What's this though? What's this? A bad habit?
Yeah, it's bad. It's burnt, so I mean, it tastes like.
I'm dead. It's a burnt bad habit, he says. That's real bad.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
it's real bad.
I'm just trying to have a bad habit for about 5 minutes. You know?
It was about 5 minutes. That's all.
Eat. Yeah, well, the car is sport. I just think that's like the way I'll say.
I think that's the move.
In my opinion.
So what good things have you heard about it? Just that it rips.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that it rips. And like, it's kind of similar to, if I remember correctly, I'm stoned and it's kind of later, and so could be wrong, but I think it's similar to like more of the Puffco, like peak, like the 3D chamber, like the 3D XL, like the big chamber.
Yeah.
So like the sport's meant for like you can take like bigger globs. That's why I brought up like Glob Squad.
Right.
So I think it functions better with like more concentrate. And then like I said, do like a dab counter. Something just a little different for the people to try. Because I feel like all like the whole crew has Puffcos.
Yeah, the market's
like,
saturated by Puffco.
Yeah, and like no, like seriously, like no hate. Like you brought it up, like no hate.
No, that's
no
why it's
animosity
saturated,
at all.
because they're so good at what they do.
Yeah. But it's also, in hindsight, the members of UCC, we probably in total have 10 devices, all 10 Puffco. So like,
yeah.
Let us try something a little bit.
That's really
beautiful. Nothing. Let me see.
Woo. I'm still going through that I took.
It's still going through.
Ooh, that's nice.
You have an empty puck I could give you some?
I mean, you don't gotta do that, dude.
Yeah. No, for sure, dude. What?
What?
Like, for real, do you?
I mean, yeah, I do.
You go grab it. Let's refill one of the...
Take this dab. Take this big fast dab. Let's go in on that. That's pretty fat, so you wanna probably hit it while it's hot. Oh yeah. He's going in. Going in. He's going in. Oh yeah, put your finger on the top of that hole right there. That's what she said.
Holy!
Sat out and about. With the guns out. Say Glob Squad, here we are. We are here.
Oh no!
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
How was that? Oh yeah.
Knockout punch, baby.
Oh yeah.
Ooh wee.
Yeah.
And coughing. Straight to the dome, though.
It's a good one, dude.
God. Smoked out here.
Smoke screen.
Smoked out. Someone threw a flashbang in here, dog. I can't see nothing. You got us? Bro. So go in. We went in. Oh, the grip and rips.
That Roze really came through, dude.
And I do get. I definitely get some heavy, peppery gas notes. I wanted to throw that out there before I keep coughing. But as far as
I got a sweet first, and then it was definitely like peppery gas for sure. We're on the pepper side. Are you alright? I'm not.
Just coughing, bro. We'll eventually make it to the other side.
Yeah, welcome to UC. Can you say welcome to UCC, Utah Cannabis Club, UCC, what it is, without coffee?
Yo, welcome to another episode of UCC. It's your boy Wes just getting over a huge coughing fit. We out here. I forgot what I was going to say. What else was I supposed to say?
UCC, what it is?
Yeah. And UCC, what it is. Big rips from the boys. Really holding in these coughs, taking them. And then small ones. Trying to control that breath work. One would say the dad put me into manual breathing.
Hey, I would say that.
That would be, I think should get closer to the mic. That would be the classic reference.
Yeah.
Is
definitely manual breathing mode.
To try
Initiated.
Try to pull my life back together and stop coughing. Yeah, see, that's crazy. There's no way I could take that big of a hit. That's what would happen.
Okay.
Okay.
I like.
Okay. Roze.
Today. On the episode of UCC, we took some gloves. And smoked some weed.
We smoked a lot of weed. We put in some rips.
Some rippers.
Yeah. Some great flavors. That Jamba Juice, like I said, that was a great switch up to my rotation. For real. Big switch up. Big fan.
Yeah, that terpene one's kind of crazy, huh?
Yes.
Do you want some for giving me some of that hash?
No, dude. Hash is for the people. This is a 420 bonus.
That 420.
The 420 bonus. Honestly, from the boys. This is from Tsunami Seed Co. That's who washed it.
Shout out.
Shout out.
tagged him on the IG.
But
I mean the X. See if they have it.
I don't think I did. To
I
be
think I
honest.
I don't know, maybe I haven't.
But I think I ended up like following him on Instagram.
Got you.
But I didn't like. There was a lot of different ones. I didn't know which one it was because there's like tsunami seeds, and then like tsunami extracts,
Right.
like
That's why I
tsunami
was like, wait, maybe it's
solventless or something like that, and like
Isn't
I
there like
don't know where this is
something called New Wave?
the hash site instead of like their seeds page because it is like washed by Tsunami Seed
Yeah.
Co. But all like their page is only genetics, right? Like it's only you can buy seeds and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know if like that's like the extracts is like their
It's the
processing
same company,
facility.
it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not too sure, but yeah, for sure we can tag him. We can shout out. Pretty cool. I don't know what. I want to say when I was looking into them, Tsunami Seed Co., that the strain that they made was called like Waves. I'm
Yeah.
not too sure. I can't really remember, to be honest.
Okay. Get down. Hey. Yeah, dude. I'm lit.
Lit.
Lit as a
Thank you
biscuit,
for-
dude.
Thank you for hosting.
Yeah.
Hosting another episode
Of course, dude.
of UCC.
Contributing member right here.
Yeah.
As per
Held it
usual.
down. No intruders.
Where do we hit it from, bro?
Security to great.
Where do I?
Just wants a reward.
Where do I hit it from?
Just wants a reward for all the hard work. I'm dead. Should we wrap up this episode? Should we have like an ending?
Yeah,
Should we put an ending?
definitely. I'm gonna put this all in.
Facts.
You asking for an ending?
Let's do it.
It's going in.
Let's do it. Let's do the ending to this episode. The ending to this episode starts now. You heard it here. It's confirmed.
Welcome to the ending of the episode, y'all. This is JJ.
This is Wes. I'm freaking dead.
UCC.
What it is.
Peace the fuck out, y'all.
Peace. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Until next time, make sure you share to whoever you love, your mama, your dada, your grandpapa.
Put it in the group chat.
Put it in the group chat.
Really,
That
just
one that
stir it
annoys the
up.
fuck out of you.
Just
The
stir
one
it.
that
up,
like
know what I'm
you
saying?
put on silent a few
Yeah.
weeks ago. Because
You the gossip, you know what I'm saying?
Show the UCC on there. Show the people what we're about. Push the culture. Thanks for listening in. Till next time.